You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what is happening, guys? And I'd like to welcome you guys to another awesome episode of Vigilantes Radio. As you guessed it, guys, I'm your host, dini-mussolini, or just simply Dini, which is what I prefer, actually, you know. Oh, man, there are over 29,000 of you guys in our chat room, on the browser, Google Hangouts, Skype, on the phone line, so I definitely appreciate you guys for tuning in. We have a very special guest that you do want to stick around for, okay? But first, I want to tell you guys about, how you should go the distance. You know, true success at almost anything takes long, sustained effort. How do you discipline yourself to go the distance? How do you keep on track day after day, month after month? You do it by taking satisfaction and enjoyment from the journey, by experiencing each moment fully and knowing that you are living with purpose, moving in the direction of your goals. You don't tell yourself things like, only 2 more years of this agony and I'll be able to retire. That attitude won't sustain you at all. Yes, you must see the prize at the end. You must also see yourself moving towards it at all times. You cannot do that if you're miserable at the moment. From the moment you set your sights on a goal and make that commitment to pursue it and start to take action, you begin to reap its rewards. The actual attainment is only the final reward. There are many more along the way. Don't postpone your happiness and fulfillment. Take satisfaction in the pursuit of your goals, and you'll go the distance. Take that from me, dini-mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond.
You're live in the mix. Let's get this started.
Yo, hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Music, or Inside the Book, Inside the Business, where we dive into the minds of the people who create marvelous things. It feels so good to be back with you guys once again. So one time for my people who are indigos, crystalline, or starseeds, or for my Vigilantes audience family, and 2 times for my people who are vegetarian or vegans. If you're like me, we are averaging over 37,000 live listeners, and we've been at this for 4 solid years. I appreciate all you guys who've been rocking with the kid on this journey, and we are still evolving, baby. It is all because of you, most definitely. We are the people who have dedicated their lives to music, spirituality, business, literature, art, movies, and research in every aspect, and we want to allow you an opportunity to tell your story. Man, we've had celebrities on our show, from Grammy Award winning artists to nominees to actors, comedians, CEOs, technology geniuses, visual artists, from authors to professors and aliens. Or people think they're aliens. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from. Come on our show and talk to me. So check it out. To book an interview or just to share a real cool story, email me at vradio@onlyonemediagroup.com. And that's V as in Victor. I'm passionate about what I do, just as passionate about what you do. And together, yes, together, we can get your voice heard by the people who should hear it. So let's create something incredible. You know the number to dial, 701-801-9813. Text that number to your buddy right now and tell them to tune in to connect with us or our guests, or you can hop in the mix directly from our website, only1mediagroup.com. Right from the homepage, you can slap that go live button and you'll be right here live in the mix and in the chat room with all of us. Feel free to shoot over some questions to ask our guests while they are here, but only as time permits. Sometimes my guests and I talk entirely too much and we take up the entire hour. And as always, all episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1mediagroup, iTunes, YouTube, or any app from the Google Play or iTunes store, or over at our website. And that goes for every single episode that we ever aired.
Well, tonight's interview is the Rebecca-Haviland interview, and I'm your host, as you probably have forgotten by now. I know how attention spans can be. I know you're probably scrolling on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or even Snapchatting. But yeah, my name is Dini. This is going to be all kinds of awesome. So answering my ramblings tonight is, of course, the Grammy award-winning performer. She's all things magnificent, Miss Rebecca-Haviland, all the way from her current base camp in New York. I am literally blown away by the amount of great songs that she's written and recorded. She's been a professional recording artist for a number of years. Just imagine how much she's seen the music business change over time. Also cool that this perspective is coming from experience, seeing things some of us has yet to see. And with that, let's invite her on the show. Hey, Rebecca, you're now live in the midst with all of us. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How are you feeling? It has to be pretty exciting times, right?
Yeah, everything's been great. We're just, making music and traveling a lot. How about you? How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Yeah, feeling great. Not so great weather, but making it work, staying indoors.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about your very beginning. Like, how did your musical journey begin? Because you've done so much. Like, I am total awe of all your accolades. Like, so how did all this come to be?
I'm really, really lucky that I grew up in a really musical family. My grandma is a pianist, and my grandfather was a swing drummer. And so I grew up around music from a pretty young age. About 2 or 3 years old, I started playing piano. And my dad started sneaking me into bars to see some of my uncles play music when I was about 13, 14 years old. And so it just kind of went all downhill from there.
That's interesting. So have you been in New York your whole life? Is that where everything started?
I have, yeah. I'm a New Yorker, born and bred. I grew up just north of the city in Westchester County.
Okay. Awesome. So you're also a Grammy winner. Like, how did that come about? Like,
I am
did
also
the Lucky Stars,
I have a great network of producers that I have great working relationships with, and I do a lot of work, session work, doing backing vocals and things like that. So this was a record that I was asked to sing backing vocals on and play some guitar, and it won a Grammy in 2015, which was the most exciting thing ever.
Yeah, like, what did that do for your, I don't know, did it motivate you more?
It just sort of made me, really, not that things in the past that I've done haven't made me feel successful, but there's something about getting a Grammy that kind of really makes you feel like you're doing something right.
Yeah, it makes you stand out in the sea of other artists that are, doing the same thing you're doing. I think it's awesome.
Totally.
Yeah. So do you have any advice, any insight to give artists on how to obtain a Grammy?
Wow, I just say keep networking and keep educating yourself. It's important to grow in your craft, but also continuously educate yourself on things you can do to get better at what you do. I think that sort of helps to elevate what you do with each bit of work that you end up doing in life, and then eventually it pays off.
Okay. definitely. So you've been on tour. Awesome.
Yes.
You've worked with like incredible people in the industry. Awesome. You've been on the Ellen Show, which is awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah. Wow. That is a lot. So
yes.
You play in a band for another artist that tours, and then you have like your own band as well.
Yeah, and I kind of switch on and off. So I'm actually not out touring with anybody at the moment. I'm focusing entirely on my music right now, and I've been doing that for about the last year or so. So yeah, it was a lot of fun to be on the road for. I was on the road for almost a year straight, traveling like to Europe, Australia, Japan, all over the U.S. and. It was amazing, but it made me really feel good about coming home and taking some time to make my own art.
Yeah. I mean, how does that work for your creativity? Does it give you time to be Rebecca?
When I'm on tour?
Yes.
Not really. No, I mean, you're so tired. You're traveling a lot, and I was playing somebody else's music, which is always a blast. But your head is so full of other songs that you really don't get the chance to take a deep breath and kind of go, okay, well, what about me? What about some more free creativity? Right.
So that's the moment we're in right now, where it's time for Rebecca to be Rebecca and her music. So what do you have on deck, like a new EP, new album? What are we promoting?
Yeah, so we actually put an album out, an EP out in April, and I've been making a lot of music videos for it. I'm having a blast making music videos. It's a new venture for me, but we're going to put out a new single probably in October that we're pretty pumped about, and I'm probably going to make another music video for that in the fall. Nice. So, yeah.
Nice. That's a pretty good space. April, a new single in October. And my side of the industry, which is pop and hip hop, singles and albums come out like 3 months apart, and I think that's ludicrous. I'm kind of old fashioned where, you should let a project breathe. You should work the project until it's no more. And I think just music comes out so fast nowadays, you can't even remember the last hit song.
Yeah, well, that was one of the things I got to see firsthand when I was out on tour with the last top artist I worked with. It was the pace at which new things came out, or having to stay in the limelight all the time to keep the labels interested in selling music, and that's just the way the industry is right now, and that's cool. But I like to be a little old school as well. I like to leave a little bit of time. I remember hearing a story years ago about how Maroon 5's first album was out for I think it was 3 years before something happened to them.
Yes. Yeah.
So the industry has changed a lot.
Yeah. I don't know if I ever get used to that though.
I don't think so, but it is our business.
But that's cool. You see the same process I see, and and kind of prefer the older method where that's creativity. That's your work. You gotta let it breathe. Let it laugh. Let it become memorable.
Yeah, I agree, and I think there's so many. One of the positives I feel is that there's a lot of different mediums that you can do your music. You put out a record, but then there's all these awesome shows like yours and podcasts, and I just did a Paste session that was a live stream. Nice. And all of those are really cool because they give you the chance to sort of reinterpret your music in a new medium for your fans.
Definitely. Yep. So. And that's one of our sole purpose, to let artists tell their story. I mean, you got to know the stories behind the music, and personality sell nowadays. So yeah, you got to go around shaking hands, kissing babies, doing interviews, that sort of thing.
Yes, I agree.
All right, so. Doing my research, I typed your name into Google to see what would come up, and you dominated several pages from the search. Yeah, I've seen the Pace thing. I've seen other write-ups. I've seen other live performances, and I was like, wow, she's just incredible. And to me, that's massive, you know? And that's a pretty incredible presence on the web. Do the internet feel like a place of connection to you or a disconnection for you?
I feel like I'm more connected to it than ever, but I also feel like I'm more disconnected from it than ever, if that makes any sense at all. Like, I'm on it all the time, but I also feel like it's more of a job now than it has ever felt.
Yeah.
And because of that, I feel very disconnected from it.
I can relate.
It's like I'm advertising all the time, which is great. But, you know, whereas 5 years ago, I think we used to post things that were, I don't know, more just for fun. Now there's this pressure to post the right thing.
Yeah. So how do you feel about opinions? Like, I don't know, nowadays, it seems like most of America is super uptight. You can't stand for anything without backlash. It's like you got to have a American flag that's just solid white. Say, I don't stand for anything, you know. I don't want to offend anyone. So how do you feel about opinions?
I've had some issues, like, on social media with that. And
really?
I voiced my opinion and had people get very upset. Yeah, I mean, I do a genre of music that doesn't necessarily always allow me the room to speak as freely as I want to, even though I still do, and then there can sometimes be backlash. You know, whether that be discussing politics or, you know, women's rights or, you know, a lot of what's going on with race in our country at the moment. So I've gotten to a point where I try to put it in my music, and in this way, my fans don't have a choice but to listen to it and try to digest it, as opposed to just putting the words up on Facebook or something like that.
Genius, yeah. So tell us about one of those backlash times. We need to have something juicy and gossip to talk about.
Oh, man. I mean, right after the election, I think everybody sort of had their moment where they felt like they needed to really speak their mind. And I just remember I said something, and I was shocked because a former high school teacher of mine commented on the post, and he was so angry with me that I was so upset about what had happened in the election, and then he started combating, like, some of my friends who were posting, and it wasn't anything like well, anyone who voted for this person is a horrible person. Like, I didn't say something that severe. I just literally posted a factual article, and it just blew me away that this person who I'd had a really friendly relationship with, who was my teacher, a former educator, could be so A, closed-minded, and B, so combative to someone he used to teach, you know?
But, you know, that whole election was so touchy to a lot of people.
Yes.
That I think just maybe opinions just got, like, it just overwhelmed a lot of people. And I don't know, it turned friends into enemies.
Yeah.
I stayed far away from it, you know.
Well, that's kind of what as I said before, I got to a point where I was like, okay, there's so much being said, it's all just becoming overwhelming, and people are not wanting to pay attention to it. So I need to find a way to express the emotions I'm feeling in my music.
Yeah. You don't want another Dixie Chick.
No, not at all.
where they completely shut down your music career. And yours is pretty popping right now, you know? So, yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do that.
All right, so let's talk about your years in the music business.
Sure.
How long has it been? How long have you been a professional recording artist? Let me ask you that.
I made my first album when I was 18, so I've been in this industry for 15 years now. But I've always done music. It's always been my first love in my career. I've dabbled in, like, studio engineering a little bit, and I, you know, have, as I said, I've played music for other people. I play keyboards as well professionally, but music's what I've always done. Very, very lucky.
Nice. Okay. So, in terms of that, what does success look like for you as an evolving artist? Because I know you're still growing, you're still changing, no matter how many years you've been at it. What does success look like for you?
Well, we've just started. I've toured a lot over the years, and I've toured a lot for other people and in my music, but we just did our first tour with the band. And that was a really, really big moment for me. Up until that point, we've really only ever toured consistently as a duo. And the most successful thing for me would be able to tour a lot and be able to tour with my band all the time and pay them like a great wage to do it. Like that's the dream for me.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah, so you have a lot of achievements. Which one means the most to you?
Oh, man. Well, I know this one might sound a little simple, but we just printed our new EP on vinyl. Ooh. And that's honestly always been a goal of mine to be able to print my album on a vinyl record. So when we got the first box of vinyl in the mail, I was just like, this is the most awesome thing ever. So.
Wow. Yeah. I could dig that. All right, Rebecca, what about your website information, your social media? Where do you want people to connect with you at?
So you can check me out on Facebook and Instagram. It's Rebecca-Haviland and Whiskey Hearts. And I have a website, which is just rebecca-haviland.com. And you can find out all info about us, links to our Spotify, iTunes, all the music videos are up on the website as well. And yeah, if you guys sign the mailing list, I will send you a free download of one of our tunes.
Nice. Think I'll join tonight. Get me a free download.
Please do.
All right, awesome. So you made it to the end. Well, not the very end yet, because we still have something to do. But you made it to the part that I call the open floor, or the old soapbox, where you can say anything at all that maybe I overlooked and didn't get a chance to mention, or that you wanted to talk about. So, yeah, this is that moment where you can just rant, rave, praise, or...
Well, we're really grateful to be on your show. Thank you so much again for having me. We're going to be putting out this new tune in October, and it's called Hideaway, and I'm really psyched about it. I'm calling it the feel-good jam of the fall. So hopefully everyone can check that out and keep an eye out for that in October.
Nice. Yeah, we needed a feel-good song for the fall. That is my favorite season, and there's nothing like good music at that time. Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Yeah, so I'll be anxious for that release. Let me know when it comes out.
Awesome.
Well, I'll join the mailing list, so I'll know firsthand, right?
Perfect. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Here is. Oh, I forgot. Yeah. So, no, I didn't include it. Oh man, that's crazy. Well, usually, Rebecca, we have a tradition. I forgot to mention, where we put the artist on live, where they can perform for us. Maybe like sing a song, maybe like tell a joke or a story, or maybe you can even freestyle rap. You're from New York, the mecca of music.
I am from New York.
Who knows what you can do? So yeah, so we're gonna play you and I. We'll play you and I, and we'll be right back. So you guys hang on.
On the night we met, I swore I could have died of happiness, just being by your side. On the night we kissed, I felt so alive. Under the moonlight, your hands in mine, you and I, you and I, you and I.
like a Grammy winner, right? The voice is golden. Oh my goodness. Yo, I can't wait for that single in the fall to drop. It's going to be awesome. So you have something that no one can ever take away from you, your own self. No one can ever steal it or talk you out of it or repossess it or imprison it. It is yours. It is you. Deep inside is a place where no one can get to you, where you are safe and secure, where there is no fear, no struggle, no limitation, only the joy of being. Deep inside is the uniqueness that is you. Success in any endeavor depends on the degree to which it is an expression of your true self. Your true self is your wellspring of pure possibility, the ultimate energy that drives your life. To whatever degree you harness and apply that energy, you will have fulfillment. Anything you could ever want is available to you. It is, if it wasn't, put it that way, if it wasn't already there, how could you want it in the first place? Your desires have the energy for their own fulfillment. Find and express the person that you are, and you'll have everything necessary for the person that you want to be. Take that from me, Dini-Mussolini. That is my word, and word is bond. But for right now, let's bring the woman of the moment back on. Rebecca, you're back live with us and in our hot seat.
Hey.
That's the segment that we call. So what do you have for us?
I thought I would play for you the first single from our EP called Bright City Lights.
Nice.
Awesome. So, yeah, this is my take on a feminist anthem. Here we go. Shouldn't say a word, shouldn't let it bother me. I'm stronger than even I believe. Gotta be a way I can be a part of change, the progress I really need to see. The city lights on me, we ain't sentimental for the way things used to be. Oh, and I'd like to see my mind having me a thing or two. Got nothing like people want me to see. Gotta be a way. I gotta just jump out of the train of thought that I'm where I should be. I really need some proof that I can be strong and still the fruit of woman in any way I perceive. Oh, I'm gonna set it lights on me, we ain't sentimental for the way things used to be. Oh, and I'd like to see my mind having me a thing or two. Not nothing like people want me to be. Oh, that city lights on me, we ain't sentimental for the way things used to be. Oh, and I must see my mind has to mean a thing or two. Not nothing like people want me to be. Oh, not nothing like people want me to be. Yeah, yeah. Not nothing like people want me to be. Hey!
Awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. That was awesome. Thank you, Rebecca.
Thanks so much.
All right. Let everybody know one more time where they can connect with you at.
You can check me out on rebecca-haviland-grammy, and you can also find me on Facebook and Instagram, and our music is on Spotify, so pretty much got all the social medias covered.
Awesome. thank you once again for being you. You're incredible. Your music is incredible. So we appreciate your time. Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me on the show today.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website, and that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.only1mediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.